this quick video, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the modifications I made to my 2016 BMW 340i. Just starting at the front, and then I'll work my way back. Right here, I went with the kidney grills, M-style kidney grills, just as more of a chrome delete more than anything else. I'm just not a big fan of chrome, so these kidney grills fit the bill for me. They are, M-style, but they don't have any M badging, so if you're a BMW purist, please don't hate me for that. And then behind the kidney grills, I wrapped the V-brace with a iridescent blue color, sort of similar to the Mediterranean blue metallic, which is the paint color on my car, but I think it's different enough to contrast it a little without clashing. So I think it's a good choice. Definitely draws more attention to the V-brace, and then depending on the light, it can look different. So I think it's kind of a cool, fun, and cheap mod. Also, this is the Sportline bumper, which gives you these gray whiskers, I think they're called, down in the bottom area. You can buy aftermarket ones that are already painted, which I think is a better option, because what I did is I just wrapped them in some carbon fiber vinyl. And they look okay, but it's not the best if you look close. So I would just go ahead and get the already painted ones in the aftermarket, pop off the old ones, pop the new ones in, and you're done. And then next up, I have VMR V710s. In the front, I have 19 by 8.5 with the 35 offset, and in the rear, I have 19 by 9.5 with a 45-inch offset, or not inch, but with a 45 offset, ET45. This is a great setup. It's, as far as I know, the widest you can go without running into clearance issues. I have no rubbing in day-to-day driving. Occasionally, I feel when I'm backing up onto a hill, for example, and the suspension's already articulated, if I turn the wheels to full lock, I think there is some rubbing somewhere, but it's very minimal, and I haven't had any serious issues as a result of that yet. Also, on the tires, or on the wheels, of course, I have the PS91 tire from Kumo. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a great tire. Definitely don't cheap out on your tires. This is probably the cheapest tire you can get, or one of at least, that gives you good performance. So I highly recommend it. Tons of grip for me. So if you're looking for a tire combination to go with your aftermarket wheels, I think this is a good option. Also, if you look at the lug nuts, if you look closely, you might notice they look a little glossier than usual, and that's because I'm running color lugs. They are a plastic cap that just goes over the lug nut, and it's sort of an anti-theft device because you can't easily see what sort of lug nut pattern I have, or if I have locks or not. So I think it's a worthwhile modification just for that, but they also give you a little bit of a cleaner look to the lug nuts. And for $20, it just made a lot of sense to go with that. Plus, I messed up and I bought a silver wheel lock, because my car didn't come with wheel locks from the factory. So I wanted to fix that without buying a whole new set of locks. And I think this does a great job of cleaning up just the look of the lug nuts in general. Plus, if someone wanted to steal these, they'd have to go around to each lug nut and take off the plastic cap, which is difficult to do with your finger, but not impossible with like a pair of pliers. That one came off, but it's a little more difficult, you can see on this one. They give you an extractor tool to take them off. So anyways, highly recommend color lugs if you're looking to just sort of clean up the look. And they do have different colors: red, blue, green, etc. Okay, next up, not necessarily a modification, but when I first got the car, the paint was absolutely trashed. So what I did was I spent about 4 days ceramic coating the car at first, doing a paint correction, and then using Adams ceramic coating. It was my first time doing a paint correction ever, and I think it came out really well. I didn't get full defect removal, but definitely got a lot of the defects out. And then the ceramic coating's been great. It's been on the car for a while now, over a year, and it still beads water. I do top it up with some McGuire's 3-in-1 detail as I'm drying the car during my maintenance washes. But other than that, I don't touch the paint. You know, I don't clay bar it. It's holding up extremely well. Okay, and then moving on to the rear. Oh, before we get to the rear, the window trim here is no longer chrome, and that's because I had it wrapped in gloss black vinyl. You'll notice I say I had it wrapped because I tried doing it myself and I failed multiple times, and I gave up and went to a professional. I was able to find someone in my area to do it for around $200, which was a steal. Other shops were quoting me around $400, so I think you know, between $200 to $400 is a reasonable price to pay, and I think it beats plasti dipping it, because that doesn't last very long, especially if you put it on wrong. And getting the shadow line trim from BMW is very expensive, so this was a good option for me. And then moving on to the rear here, I have the CS style spoiler. The reason I got this one, it's not because I'm trying to look like an M car, but I wanted a spoiler just to look sportier in general. And then this spoiler wraps around the edge of the trunk, which is something I really like. It kind of wraps around, which is good for holding on the spoiler, but I also think it just looks a lot more integrated when it's bent, or not bent, but molded around the back of the trunk. And that's it for exterior mods.